The following podcast contains content warning for cops, protests, PETA, vermin, drinking, arson, and smoking. Viewer discretion is advised. Welcome to Tablet, a micro RPG podcast. My name is Tim, your host and editor. Tablet is an excuse to get my friends to play and review micro RPGs with me. This episode, we're going to be playing Unkindness by James D'Amato. You can find it in his Ultimate Micro RPG guide. Not guide, his book. The Ultimate Micro RPG book. And you can find James D'Amato on Twitter at OneShotRPG. So Unkindness is a game about adolescent ravens. When a raven reaches adolescence, they leave the nest and join gangs. Any gathering of ravens is called an unkindness, but teens wear the name especially well. In Unkindness, you are a teen raven. You live to cause mischief and destruction and to experience, all caps, emotion. I'm Tim, he, him pronouns, and I'm going to be playing the raven Goblin, also he, him pronouns. And let's go around the table and introduce everybody else.
All right, I'm Matt. I use he, him pronouns. I'm going to be playing the young raven Ben, also he, him pronouns.
My name is Manny Elliott. I use they, them pronouns. I'll be playing Chauncey, also they, them pronouns.
I am Cassandra Snow, they, them pronouns. I will be playing Joey the Bird, he, him pronouns.
Okay, for my clarification, is it always Joey the Bird? Like, you have to say the full thing?
Yes,
okay,
that is
gotcha.
correct.
Joey the Bird.
Let me change my notes. Joey the Bird.
I need to change that too.
We all get 3 stats: youth, feelings, and maturity. We each get a 4 to start with youth, a 4 to start with feelings, and a 0 in maturity. Oops, I'm taking my notes wrong. We will roll theft. We'll roll youth for theft, moving fast and avoiding danger. We'll roll feelings for breaking things, attacking enemies, and being a nuisance. And we'll roll maturity never, because maturity is boring and useless to adolescent ravens. We also each get a power. Goblin has the ability to be extremely loud.
I mean, fair. Ben's power is he's friends with the pack of wolves.
Chauncey's is memory. He has they have the ability to recognize patterns and learn to avoid past mistakes, but they will not.
Joey the Bird has portent, which is the ability to be a foul omen.
Excellent.
Foul.
It's like ducks. Mm-hmm. We also each hate something. Goblin hates lawns.
I mean, Ben hates pigeons.
Chauncey hates LaCroix.
Joey the Bird hates people in baseball caps.
And we're all immature about something.
Immature? You mean insecure?
Oh, yeah. Well, we're definitely immature, but we're also very insecure about something. Goblin's insecure about his size.
Ben is insecure about his knowledge of 19th century literature, which at this table is a legitimate thing for me.
Chauncey's insecurity is his caw, because he was raised by humans and actually says caw.
Joey the Bird's insecurity is his beak size, which is why he does not like people in baseball caps. The bills make him quite insecure.
They don't even have beaks, but they still have beaks bigger than yours. That sucks.
Yep.
So there are 2 phases to unkindness. The first is mischief and destruction. The second one is experiencing emotion. So we're going to start with mischief and destruction. We're going to pick a goal for the group to pursue. Who wants to go first?
Well, my vote is Tim. You're the one who picked the game.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Should I go first?
I would say you go first.
Okay.
Otherwise, we can use the in the rules as written. If you have trouble selecting someone to choose a goal, pick whoever does the best caw.
Yeah. I need to do a quick Google. Okay, here's an important question. Where is this taking place? Should we say Minneapolis?
Yeah,
I think that's the
your
easiest.
specific neighbor. It takes place right here, like on your roof.
No. For legal reasons, no. I don't want to get doxxed.
For other legal reasons, this is not the raven, the unkindness of ravens that hangs out at my office.
Yeah. We love those ones.
They were fed by my old boss.
Yeah.
So for legal reasons, let's say it takes place in downtown St. Paul.
Perfect. Okay. So the first mischief and destruction that we're gonna do is Goblin hates CHS Field, the St. Paul Saints baseball stadium,
It's just a big lawn.
and he wants to burn that big lawn.
Yeah.
So we're gonna destroy the big lawn at the field.
Oh shit!
Joey the bird doesn't like it either. Too many people in baseball caps
Perfect.
all
This
the
is-
time.
Chauncey
What?
doesn't like it. Too many people drinking LaCroix.
You've obviously never been to CHS Field.
Okay, so Chauncey
Does Chauncey know the difference between beer and LaCroix?
They do not. That's the thing. He thinks,
Fair enough.
or they think anything in a can is a LaCroix.
Okay, that is a useful hate. I apologize for making fun of you before we started.
I don't.
Wow, rude.
So we each get to take turns describing how we pursue our goal, and then we let's see.
Well, that's just the thing is a player chooses a goal and the rest of the group creates obstacles.
Okay.
Oh.
So Goblin wants to do something to CHS Field.
Yes.
Well, here's the deal. They've actually got a really sick groundskeeping crew.
Uh-huh.
And not only have they been good at taking care of the lawn themselves, there's been a pigeon problem there lately. So the groundskeepers take really good care of the lawn. But this year they're trying something new. The pigeons have been causing too much havoc with the popcorn and going after the shards of food. So they've hired a bunch of cats.
Okay, so goal is destroy field. Obstacle 1 is cats.
Yes.
Okay. So we need 2 more obstacles then?
Yeah, so Joey the bird is just not gonna help. He's just gonna fly around scouting, making sure there's no one in baseball caps around.
So the second obstacle is
It's
that
just-
you refuse to do anything.
Yep.
Well, this is where I'm a little confused.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% certain that works with the rules. We can read through.
That's fair.
Because what happens is
Oh, wait, hold on. Obstacles can be physical dangers like a human with a rake, or emotional like an argument within the unkindness. So that is the
Yeah.
inappropriate obstacle. Okay, sweet.
Okay. I think the large amounts of cats has attracted PETA protesters. So there's also a large animal rights protest happening outside the field.
Okay. So there's a large animal rights protest, a bunch of cats, and Joey doesn't want to help.
Joey the bird.
to,
Joey
cir-
sorry.
Joey the bird
Joey
does
the
not
bird
want
does
to
not want to
help.
help.
to circumvent these obstacles, ravens must roll.
Okay. So now here's the thing that I'm a little confused on. Is Tim the only one rolling, or are we all?
We all are.
Okay.
We're all rolling.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
The one thing is you can't roll against your own obstacle. It sounds like
Okay. Okay.
because players in control of obstacles should describe how their obstacle gets in the way.
Okay.
Got it.
So who's going to go first on describing how the raven pursues the goal of messing with CHS Field?
Okay, so should I go first, or do one of y'all want to go first? Because ultimately, I think we each do one until we circumnavigate the obstacles.
We take as many turns as needed to accomplish the goal. Mischief and destruction ends once the player who picked the goal feels it has been accomplished or decides that it sucks now.
I love that. I love giving up as being a completely viable option.
Yep.
That is my life. So I'm gonna go with. I think step 1 is to get Joey the bird on our side. So Goblin is going to roll. I think feelings. That's being a nuisance.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to be a nuisance, and I'm also extremely loud. So I can roll again if I'm not satisfied with my first result by just being so goddamn loud. So I'm gonna roll, and then we'll figure out how it goes. So I'm trying to beat a 4. I rolled a 2. I'm not satisfied with that. That's far too low.
Don't you have to roll under?
Yeah, it says roll under.
Roll under.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm satisfied with that then. So Goblin lands next to Joey the Bird and just like screams at Joey the Bird like, "Come help!"
Joey the Bird is like, fine, gah.
Yeah.
There aren't even any people here anyway.
Yeah, they're all out front in the PETA protest, or protesting the PETA protest, or protesting the PETA protester protesters.
Well, here's the deal. They have there's a lot of fun at CHS fields to be had right now. There's a large target in the lawn once we start grabbing shit and dropping it. I want to try and start getting the protesters onto the field, let them do the job for us. So I'm going to start dive bombing their signs.
Ooh, that's good.
Is there anything specific that they're doing as I start dive bombing them?
I think that they're so I'm not a sports guy. Is there a mascot of CHS Field?
Yes.
What is the mascot?
A bear.
A bear?
I thought it was a pig.
No, the pig comes out as like an actual pig that gets walked around. There's a giant bear suit
Okay.
that walks around the field every so often.
Okay.
Wild place.
If you haven't seen this is a plug for the St. Paul Saints. If you haven't seen the St. Paul Saints play, it's not worth watching them play. It's worth watching everything else that happens. They're a fine team, but oh my god, between innings there's shenanigans.
This is the St. Paul Saints are owned by Bill Murray. And in order to get people,
Say no more.
the thing is that he's the one who started the entire idea of do stuff in between innings to keep people invested, because nobody wanted to go to minor league baseball and watch minor league players.
For sure. What is the bear's name?
I don't remember.
Okay. We'll call him Barry.
I might also be conflating with
edit it
Bear.
back. We can find it later, and then Tim, you can edit the actual name of the mascot in.
Just Tim's voice over yours in the middle of your line.
Yeah, so I think that there are protesters dressed as the bear, but as like a warlord, and so they're like trying to imply that the bear is like a war criminal by using these cats.
It's like this weird looking pink
Oh, that is a pig.
thing.
Oh, it is a pig.
I was
Oh, is that Madonna?
Mudana.
Okay, so yeah, so it's they have the big pig heads that they are wearing, and it's got like an eye patch and like angry looking eyes, and they're implying that they are like a warlord for using these cats without proper pay.
Okay, so here's the fun
The
part.
cat
If
should
they're-
be paid.
This is metal as hell. Here's the deal. It's not just the signs of like let the cats run free. It's the Warlord Madonna cosplayers are holding like pitchforks and cosplay swords and whatnot.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm gonna roll youth for avoiding danger because I did not realize that some of these implements are actually sharp.
Oh, yeah.
So here we go. No, I done failed that.
For listeners at home, Matt has rolled a 6.
Yeah, that's a 6, and I was trying to
Is your power relevant?
not currently.
Okay.
Because I could call in the pack of wolves for this, but there's
So you should mark down that you have done 1 failure. Because if you get 2 failures while attempting to work on a roll, you get an emotional condition.
and you know what? I'm gonna go for.
You have to roll it. You would have to fail a second time.
Yeah, I think this is a good spot for me to just roll again on the same thing because I didn't do so well on the avoiding danger.
I don't hate that.
I'm gonna stick with the youth because now that I'm in danger, I got to get the hell out of there. So youth for moving fast.
So it says that if you roll over your stat, you fail, and the player controlling the obstacle decides how things get more complicated. So you're trying to like dive bomb and avoid the implements of war.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that let's see. How does this get more complicated? I think what happens is you startle one of the protesters, and with their pitchforks or signs or whatever, and in that they kind of like react and swing the pitchfork, and it hits a cop that is there. So it escalates from a protest into a riot, as the cops are now in the fray also, like so no, here, this is more realistic. So you dive bomb the protester, they react, hit the cop with the pitchfork, and they react as cops do by pepper spraying the crowd. So now there's a cloud of pepper spray.
Okay, new plan. I want the pepper spray.
Exactly.
Oh,
Absolutely.
you want to have the pepper spray yourself?
I want to have the pepper spray for me, so I'm going to roll youth for theft on this one.
Amazing.
There we go. I got the pepper spray.
Woohoo!
So I now have a shiny can of pepper spray that is half empty. Uh-oh.
Oh no. Okay.
So we have full-on riot now.
Okay, so that was one obstacle. Joey the bird is assisting us now.
Mm-hmm.
Second obstacle, PETA protesters. Now pepper spray, no longer a problem.
Well, they're still now it's a riot between protesters and police.
This is way too Minneapolis right now. We should bring it back to St. Paul vibes. I might edit that out.
For legal purposes, we said nothing.
Okay, so I can't really do anything because I'm
There's
the one
still a whole
controlling.
bunch of cats.
There is a whole bunch of cats. So I think.
And we still have to burn the field down.
Go ahead, because I got nothing at the moment.
Oh, I know what I want to do.
Yeah.
I have an idea, but of course, I want y'all to go before I have my second turn. So
Okay. Did you want to say something, Cassandra?
Oh, I just have an idea for my turn.
Oh, okay. Let's see. What cats? There's a bunch of cats, and the cats are trying to attack the pigeons. Is that?
That's
the cats
what they
were brought in
yeah.
to maintain the pigeon population at 0.
Okay. So I think the cats are doing absolutely nothing, as cats are wont to do. And so
what's up?
I have ideas of what you're going to do.
I'm trying to think. I think what I want to do is I want to steal one of the laser sights on the police guns.
Okay.
Let's just say that that's there, or like their flashlight or something like that. And try to get the cats moving.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep,
So I think that's what I want to do. And the ability to recognize patterns and learn to avoid past mistakes.
Can you learn from others' mistakes is the question.
That's the thing. Do we think that's useful here?
I think it would be if you can learn from others' past mistakes. That's your choice.
I don't.
I'll be honest. As a youth, I did not learn anything from anyone else's mistakes. I had to make them myself,
I'm not going to use it. But if I fail this roll, I will use it on the next roll.
That makes sense to me.
Oh God, that's a 6.
Well, here's what I think happens. Because you were trying to snag stuff out of the protest cops' hands. However, you know what? I think you actually get that. The thing is, you start trying to shine the laser, and these cats aren't interested.
Oh no.
That they're outdoor cats. They've chased so many mice. They don't care about laser pointers.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not live food.
Laser doesn't work, so that's one failure for me.
Another
So-
one, you'll get an emotional condition.
Yeah. And that doesn't change my stats, right?
Nope, not until you get
Not
to
until I
two
fail
rolls.
again. Okay, cool. So I think if that's the case, then I can't mimic. Okay. I think what I want to do is I'm kind of at a loss here. Let me look at some options here.
So you've done one. So so just so I'm going back through, Matt, you did a failure, and then you followed it by a success.
Yep.
And that's what we're looking to do here with Manny.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I'm trying to succeed on something getting the cats moving. And we're trying to
Well, you've learned that a laser doesn't do the trick.
right. Here's my question for I guess you, Tim, since
Yeah.
you have the goal. Are there people in the field? Like is there a game going on, or is this kind of like between games?
I was initially picturing it between games.
Okay.
I
I
do
was
think
too.
aesthetically it'd be very fun to have it mid game. So I think for the drama of it and us being a bunch of bastards, let's make it mid game.
Mid game on a Friday.
Oh, God.
Is that packed?
Mid game.
No, let's. What is the least packed time? It's like what, Tuesday?
Sunday matinees.
It's a Sunday matinee.
The double headers.
It's a Sunday matinee.
Okay.
That is
Sunday
correct in
matinee.
theater also.
The thing is, thematically, it's going to be so much better if it's a Friday night
Because there's so many people.
because of what happens after the games on Friday nights.
What happens after the game on Friday nights?
Fireworks.
That's perfect. Let's do that.
All right.
Okay, here's what I want to do. I want to. Okay, since the lasers didn't work, and I think, yeah, the cats are probably hiding because there's so many people, and I was trying to get them out onto the field and cause a ruckus. That didn't work. So what I want to do is, I'm going to roll feelings to break things, attack enemies, be a nuisance, and I want to like, well, now here's what I want to do. I want to either aim the fireworks at like the cat nest, or like steal a firework and like put it into like where the cats are to get them to leave. So I don't know if that is.
It's a truck out in the back lot.
Yeah. So like I think steal and then like put them in sort of like where the cats are sleeping, and I will use my memory this time because they don't care about lasers.
Yeah.
So I'll re-roll this, and that is
Well, it depends on
Youth.
how far you want to go on this. If you're doing this one roll to do all of that in one, then yeah, I would say that's memory. But if you're using the roll to say, okay, I'm just getting the fireworks now, and so we have fireworks to use, then I don't think your memory really applies to that.
right. Because we have to get rid of the cats before we can destroy the field, right? Because that's
I
one of
think
our obstacles.
I think technically, yes, mechanically.
Oh, that makes sense.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Here's what I want to do. I want to use the fireworks to set the cats on fire so that they run through the field and burn it up.
That's a horrible idea.
We would have to put so many content warnings
Yeah,
on
I'm
this
already
episode.
writing down a pile of content warnings. I might roll that one back.
Okay.
Let's not actively light other animals on fire.
Okay.
Good idea, though.
Trying to, well, because we got to get the cats out.
I mean, you could. The cats are probably scared by fireworks.
Okay, so to cause a nuisance, I will set the fireworks off early, hoping that it scares the cats so they flee the stadium, and then we can burn it to the ground. We don't care about people, I guess.
Oh yeah, people getting hurt are fine.
Okay, so that is that feelings? Be a nuisance?
Yeah.
I'd call
Bring
it.
things, attack enemies, be a nuisance. Okay, so here we go. That's another 6. That's another failure.
Ooh.
So, if a raven fails 2 rolls while causing mischief and destruction, they gain an emotional condition. Their youth temporarily decreases by 1, and their feelings increase by 1.
Okay.
Choose an emotion to inform your roleplay. And James D'Amato has listed anger, jealousy, depression, infatuation, existential dread. I can't say the word. I hate that game
Existential
so much.
dread.
It's making me stutter.
Existential dread.
Yep. Or
Joie de vivre.
Joie de vivre? Is that how you say that?
Yeah.
We should pick Joie de Vivre because you got fireworks. Or you didn't get fireworks. Never mind.
No, I didn't.
What
I
is
failed.
my brain struggle? What's does joie de vivre mean exactly?
It's
It's
again?
like lust for life, like joyful, like,
I'm happy, I'm excited, no one can bring me down.
yeah.
I think that's it because, like, I think that. So, I think what happened is, like, I set the fireworks off, but, like, in the truck.
Yeah.
So they just, like, blew the truck up. And then I was like, ooh, fire. And so now I'm just, like, staring at the fire and, like, have a lust for joie de vivre. And I'm like, fire pretty.
Now, we could have you roll once more to attempt your new goal and potentially risk your death, or we could just move on to the next raven.
I think we got to move on. So
Okay.
someone else take care of the cats. But we now have a source of fire. If
That's
you do
true.
want to,
Oh, we just got to drive the truck onto the field now.
So, Joey the bird is not interested in getting rid of the cats, but also is going to roll feelings because I am going to try to create such a nuisance in the protest that I get the riot into the stadium and like try to push them in. And so feelings, ooh, that's a fail.
That is rolling a 5 against a 4.
Yeah, so what happens when I try to just like flap
Does
and
your-
caw and
does your being a portent apply here, do we think?
I could, instead of trying to be a nuisance, I could just try to be spooky.
I mean,
I just don't think being spooky, if I am protesting outside of a
and
stadium.
I see a bird go, I am a creepy bird. I'm just like, still pumping that sign.
Right,
up.
I'm not gonna
There's
be like,
also
oh, I
the
better
cloud
go-
of pepper spray too.
Yeah, they can't see
okay.
very good.
All right, so I think what happens is you're trying to like cause a ruckus and move them in, and I think what happens is I think you probably get bonked by and knocked into the pepper spray. So you have your eyes hurt.
Great. Cool. And so I get another turn then? Mm-hmm. Okay. So now I'm going to roll against youth just to try to get out of the pepper spray and back into the stadium.
Yeah.
That's a 3, so that succeeds.
Okay.
So I'm back in the stadium, ready to cause chaos for next time.
So, like, if you succeed, you describe your success. I still feel like there's a certain amount of, like, you are pushing the like, plot forward, right?
Well, that's just the thing, is
So,
this
like-
doesn't have to be the plot. You're the one who gets to decide when we've either succeeded or, guys, this just
right.
sucks.
Okay,
Let's
all
move
right.
on.
Yeah.
I'm following that. Okay, so obviously the right choice at this point is like the idea you said of getting the crowd onto the field was exactly what I was laughing about
Yeah.
when we were both laughing about what we're gonna do next.
Yeah.
Although my idea was a
Amazing.
little bit different. I'm going to use my my feelings to break things. I'm going to break the lock, the wheel. I'm going to break the brake of a hot dog cart and have it roll into the gates, keeping the crowd out of the stadium. I've rolled a 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think what happens, you break the the break on the hot dog stadium, and it
The hot dog cart?
the hot dog cart. What did I say?
The hot dog stadium.
Yes, that's the brand name, Hot Dog
Okay,
Stadium.
gotcha.
And ballpark franks explode everywhere. So it hits the door and then hits it with such force that like it throws hot dogs.
My cabbages.
Exactly. And as everyone knows, if there's one thing that brings people together, it's hot dogs, and there happen to be vegan hot dogs in the hot dog cart.
So
as
Pete is
well.
happy.
So Pete is happy, and the cops are happy. So they sit down.
Well, no, the
and-
cops can't be happy about hot dogs. That's cannibalism.
They're all beef hot dogs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
For legal purposes, we
Table-
said nothing.
Tablet's coming out the gate. A
Well,
cab.
I was gonna bring up that one of these specialties for a couple years ago. I don't know if they still do this. Were donut dogs.
Oh.
Cops
Yeah.
love those.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They would-
no, that's what it is. It's
donut dogs and-
dogs around a vegan Frank, and they explode and go everywhere. And then they all see this, and they take off their big pig heads and set them down. And the cops take off their tactical gear and sit it
This
down.
is the opposite of what I wanted, by the way. I wanted a bigger riot on the field.
No, so they all go and have a nice little picnic of donut dogs, and solve their differences peacefully.
Okay. Here's.
But see, I believe this because as someone who spends a lot of time in like a lot of different spaces, a lot of that hyper animal rights activism is only one step away from like alt-right stuff. So this is believable to me.
Everyone's just hungry. That's what
Yeah,
it is.
that's what,
Okay. I gotta move this forward.
Okay, so I would say we have most certainly solved the issue of the
Oh yeah,
protesters.
the
They're not a problem
protesters
anymore.
are done.
Okay.
There are cats left, and then we can burn the stadium down.
So-
Not the stadium, just the field. I only care about the grass.
Here's the deal. I have worked as a keg monkey at CHS Field.
Uh-huh.
I know the lot they fire off the fireworks from. I know what the access points are from the lot into the back room where they keep all of the lawn equipment. And I also happen to know that it is a straight line from that entry gate, like that giant garage door, to the entry gate to the field. So I'm going to get to that still exploding fireworks truck,
Yes.
and I'm going to cause a nuisance, or... No, you know what? I'm going to full on pull a copycat here. I am going to break the brakes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're going to get this thing driving onto the field itself.
Yes.
That is a 2 rolling against my feelings.
Nice.
That is, we now have a exploding and lit truck rolling towards the field and will end up on the field shortly. Chauncey, do you have any ideas on how we get the cats out of the way of this?
I do actually, unless someone else.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so my memory is not going to work on this, but because I have a joie de vivre of flames, I'm going to grab like one of those big foam fingers and light it on fire, and fly through the cat's nest and be like, get out, there's fire, to like move the cats out. So I guess this is like,
You're
I want to make a ruckus,
Yeah.
annoy them. Is that...
That's being a nuisance, I think.
That's feelings.
That's feelings.
So you just have
you
to roll
could
a
you could
5
also
or under.
I think you could also argue youth for avoiding danger.
Yeah.
But that would be a 3 or under.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think I'm
okay.
just going to make a nuisance because, like, I don't want to hurt the cats or anything.
Yeah.
I want them to be safe. I like cats for
That's
some
the reason it's an issue.
Yeah, that's a 3.
Nice.
Yeah,
So the cats have been pushed out of the way by the flaming fist of Chauncey.
The flaming foam finger.
The flaming foam finger of Chauncey. A truck bursts onto the field, stopping in the middle, of the outfield where the gasoline. Sorry, I've been watching too many fast movies. The NOS in the tanks all explode, lighting the field on fire. The baseball players run away. The PETA protesters cheer. The cops cheer. The fans in the stadium cheer because this is baseball. And
there's still fireworks going off.
Yeah.
They hit the field and burst
Is
into
this
flames.
baseball or blazeball?
This is blazeball. So I think that counts as achieving our goal.
I think so.
And afterwards we get to experience emotion. We have to sort through the powerful emotions of youth. We each get a turn to explore our feelings. Most emotional scenes are punctuated by a chorus of caws. We're sorry, listeners at home. When you feel a scene has reached its emotional height, or when prompted, caw like a big noisy trash bird. Unless it is a romance scene, then the rest of the group should join you. So we get to experience emotion doing one of the following activities: bathing, eating trash, anting, or watching something burn. I think that is obvious. We have run ourselves into that situation. So we are in the outfield somewhere. We're
I think we're on the big, the
big lights.
stadium lights.
Yeah, we're on the big stadium lights, watching the field burn. So each player chooses rant, rave, or romance.
You want to go around, Tim? You go first.
Yeah, I think Goblin's gonna rave. He's gonna tell everyone about how he broke the brake on the hot dog cart and made it roll through the gates, letting all the protesters and cops eat hot dogs, and then he got to have a hot dog, and it was great.
Hold up.
Yo.
We need to bring this up before you get into your rave.
Yeah.
You just did something rad, and the others have to know.
Yep.
Tell the group about what you did and why it makes you cool. Once you finish, slap your hand on the table and look at your unkindness. They can either validate you by erupting in a chorus of caws, or reject you by remaining silent. If you are validated, you can select a new power to use once in the next round. If you are rejected, you gain a point of maturity as you realize your actions were foolish.
Yeah. So between bites of what were those horrible things called? The
Vegan donut dogs.
No, the
donut dogs.
donut dog. Yeah.
Yeah.
So between bites of donut dog, Goblin's hopping back and forth in the light and being like, and then the thing blew up and all the stuff of this is so fucking cool. And everyone's eating hot dogs and it was I'm the best. And then I'm not gonna slap my hand on the table because holy crap, it's gonna be the worst volume sound. But emotional slap.
Caw.
So you get to select a new power to use once in the next round.
I'm gonna do tools as my additional power. Unless we should roll it. What do we think? Rolling it, or just
I
pick?
think you can just. It says pick it, so I think.
I mean, you get to use it once as compared to the power that sticks
true.
with you, and you can use it whenever.
Okay. So I have not been rejected. I get a new power, and I've not gained any maturity.
Well, here's the deal: we are watching something burn, just idly observing the fire over all this. This is actually a really incredible moment, and watching all of this and realizing that I don't know what happened to the cats and whatnot. Chauncey's looking really, really pretty in this light.
Yes.
So I'm going to attempt to romance you
Okay.
by reciting a poem.
Oh no.
Chauncey hates poetry. No, I'm just kidding.
We suggest selections from Edgar Allan Poe.
Oh, I
Describe
get
your
it.
effort to romance the other bird. Once you have finished, the other player must caw. Alrighty? So that's where we're gonna go here. But the poem I'm gonna recite, because I could not stop for death, he kindly stopped for me. And I'm going to continue to try and recite it. But I actually don't know the poem.
I'll say
So there's a couple of words flubbed in there. But I do get through most of the first verse, kind of like shyly looking your way and like
So Chauncey's staring up at down at the flaming stadium. Their eyes are giant and staring at the flames. And they hear you say this, but they don't tear their eyes away from the fire, and they just go, "Call."
Okay.
So you decide whether that was affirming or mocking.
The best part is that's based on my insecurity.
Yeah.
You weren't even looking at me. Of course you're making fun of me. I knew I should have studied harder. And because you were mocking me, or let me rephrase, because I think you were mocking me.
Yeah, because I believe that poem is from the 19th century, is
Yeah.
it not?
I think so.
I don't know.
I actually think it's the 20th. Emily Dickinson, I think, was writing in the 1900s, which would be 20th century.
But that gains me a maturity point.
Chauncey, sitting up on the lights, looks down at the fire, eyes wide, and they say, It's just so beautiful. They are going to rant. Their emotions are overwhelming, and I need to share them or they will destroy me. And I guess I will turn to Joey the bird and say, it's so beautiful. The flames are they're consuming me like they are consuming the pitch down there. And I have never known joy or beauty like this in my life.
Caw-caw!
Oh, dear Lord. So, rant. Your emotions are overwhelming, yada, yada. Discuss it until you feel you have learned a lesson and you both gain maturity. Or you become so frustrated you have to call. No matter what, ranting will clear the emotional condition.
Okay. Yes. And so I think the everyone just has this burning passion inside them, and you just need to let those fireworks go off sometimes.
So
Joey the bird, we can't be afraid of our inner fire. That's what I've learned. You have to accept your inner flames. Call.
Okay.
So my stats return.
Your stats return to normal and no one gains maturity.
Yeah, I don't think we really resolved anything.
yeah,
there.
no, I don't think so.
And now I don't have the now I no longer have the joie de vivre.
Okay. So I'm also gonna pick I'm gonna let the dice decide. Oh, I'm gonna pick Rave still. So I also just get very excited, and I'm like, everything is on fire and everyone with their stupid baseball caps is going down. I am too excited. This is the coolest thing we have ever done in the 3 days we have hung out together. This is the coolest.
Call.
We are the coolest gang that ever existed. We need a cool gang name. What is a cool gang name? We will be the
Goblin is afraid of trying to come up with a name.
Ben's being stone cold silent right now.
Yep.
I was on board until I had to come up with a name. Now I'm rejecting.
Yeah, great. I am rejected then because no one wants to come up with a name. So I have a point of maturity. I went too far, you guys. I went too far. We don't need a name. We're just the birds.
Joey and the birds.
So it sounds like everyone has done we've all experienced emotion.
It's so stupid. I love it.
So we get to choose a new Raven for a new goal. Who would like to go next? Also, what's everyone's maturities at?
I'm at 1.
Mine's
One.
still at 0.
Okay, we're still at 0. Okay.
Yeah.
So here's the deal. We've been here. We've spent the night watching a wonderful fire. Fire department came out. They tried to solve some stuff. They solved most things. It is what it is. But those vegan donut dogs were decent, and they filled us up for a night. But it's the next day. Guys, I know of a spot that has some fantastic dumpsters. A couple of blocks down the road, there's what used to be a metal venue. I don't know if Station 4 is still running or not.
No idea.
But it's an area full of dive bars and local music venues. Primo garbage.
Yeah.
We're getting into these.
Yeah.
Okay.
However, that area of town is run by a street gang of raccoons.
Are they street racers?
They're just like, so it's contested gang territory between a flock of pigeons and a gang of raccoons.
They hate pigeons.
The other obstacle is that for the first time ever, the dumpsters are all locked.
Ooh boy. That is actually a first time ever.
The last obstacle in our path is today is garbage pickup day.
Oh no.
So we have a time window. We have to get our food before the garbages get taken away by the city municipal company.
Yeah.
Garbage company.
Alrighty. Okay. Part 1. It's time to be a nuisance. This is contested gang territory. This is it's time to change this from a contest into a war. And the best way to win a war is you get backup.
Oh no.
Those raccoons. I've got some friends I'm going to introduce to them.
The raccoons, not the pigeons?
No, I've got some friends I'm going to introduce to the raccoons.
Oh, okay. Allies, got it.
So I'm going to go be a nuisance to my buddies who have been hanging out down in the marshes, and say, "Hey,
The marshes of downtown St. Paul.
no, seriously, like literally, just across the field, there's an airstrip that is surrounded by marsh."
Oh, that's right, there is. Yeah.
And closest thing to wolf habitat in a downtown area is a marsh. So
marsh wolves.
I'm gonna go.
The classic marsh
I'm gonna go be a nuisance at them and say, hey, you got to do this. You got to do this. I need you guys to be. I need you guys to be the mounts for some awesome metal covers.
Some mounts. That's
So
great.
my plan is to get the wolves to be the things that the raccoons are riding on for like the ultimate cover
my
photo.
God,
We
that's-
do all 4 raccoons ride one wolf?
I think there's actually more wolves than raccoons in this particular case.
Yeah, probably.
All right. Yeah. Do it.
That is a 4.
Nice.
It works. There's one wolf who has like a scar across one eye, the pack leader, and he looks and says, "Today we ride." And a pack of wolves starts galloping through the streets of St. Paul.
A pack of wolves being ridden by raccoons, wielding, I guess, fish bones, like comical, like only heads and tails fish bones as weapons.
Oh, of course. That and like one has a really stale baguette.
Yeah.
Well, here's the deal. Do we want a really stale baguette or do we want a soggy baguette?
One of each. One has like a really stale baguette that he's using as like
A pole arm.
pole arm, and the other one has 2 just like soggy baguettes that he's just like whipping at people. Someone has like a one of the raccoons has like a string of sausages that he's using as nunchucks. Yeah.
I want to play that game.
Right? And they come and they just like smack the pigeons out of the air, and pigeons are dumb, so they're like, whoo, and then they fall on the ground and they just like walk away.
For our audio listeners, love you to death. Manny, as he says walking away, is doing the head bob to the point he almost fell out of the chair.
Yeah, so that is done.
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy.
We're on a time limit. I've got to get this going.
All right, so we are on a time limit. So I am going to go to where the garbage trucks come in, and I am just going to stare the first one down as my ability to be a foul omen until it gets so creeped out it just backs up and says, I'm not picking up trash today. This shouldn't have worked, but I rolled a 2.
Yeah.
In real life, a garbage truck driver would just be like, okay, saw a creepy bird at work today, gonna keep going.
If
Turns
there's
out these guys are superstitious as hell.
Yeah,
if there's a creepy bird sitting on your windshield wiper,
that's true.
and you hit the wiper button and it just like wipes back and forth and the bird just watches you while just like bouncing back and forth on the wiper, you know what, I'm gonna take my smoke break first. I'm gonna get a cup of coffee, and when I come back, if the bird's still there, I'm gonna call my manager. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
Putting in my 2 weeks notice.
yeah. I'm done.
So I stare down this first driver until he just goes away.
And I think that was Tim's, right? So you decide
Yep.
if that is.
Oh, that's 100% working. As far as for our purposes of we need more time, this guy's going to go take his lunch
Great.
before he, because like I am not gonna like. Hopefully that bird will be gone when I get back. So we have another hour window
Great.
to eat all this garbage.
I want to steal something. Now that it's not in use anymore, I want to take the fish skeleton. I want to steal it off of one of the raccoons to pull the bones out of it and give them to you as a lockpick to pick the lock. What is that? Stealing things? Youth. So I got to roll 4 lower. That's a 1.
Nice.
So I go over and steal some of the rib bones from this fish and toss them to Goblin to use as a lockpick.
Hell yeah. So Goblin's going to use his tools skill, his tools power. Okay, so I think picking a lock would be feelings because it's breaking security.
Breaking things, yeah. I
Yeah.
think so.
I get you.
Or is it youth for theft?
We're not
I think you could
thefting
go
yet.
for either or.
Yeah.
You could argue.
And to be fair, it's a
The stats are
it's
the
a
same.
4 either way.
It's a
So
4 either way, and you can re-roll it.
I've rolled a 1.
Okay.
I'm pretty happy with that. So tools used, I believe that still counts because I was planning on re-rolling. And using the jawbone and a couple of the rib bones. And both his beak and one of his claws hanging upside down off the lock, Goblin manages to spring open this lock. He lets out a whoop of a caw, and the garbage dumpster pops open. Is that all of our obstacles?
I think that's all the obstacles, and we got it through in 5 rolls total.
We're the
That
best.
is when someone said time limit, I put up 6 fingers underneath the table and was going to say this sucks now because we failed.
Yeah.
But we got it through in 5 rolls. We got this. It is a limited time smorgasbord. When do you think that guy's coming back? I don't care. Let's eat.
Yeah.
Which is perfect for experiencing emotion.
I think as an unkindness at this point, we are eating some trash.
Hell yeah.
Just straight beaking down on some good old garbage.
That is what is in the rules, listeners. It is hilarious.
So we're still in the alley just there. It's us, it's the wolves, it's the raccoons. Like, this is smorgasbord deluxe, boys.
This is a terrifying image.
You walked out. You're
It's
walking.
metal as hell.
It's noon on a Monday. You're walking through downtown St. Paul.
Oh, it's dead on Monday. It's
You take a left down an alleyway that you normally cut through, and there is a dumpster. On its side, there's 8 wolves, 7 raccoons, and 4 ravens, and they all look at you and give you the stink eye as they're all eating garbage. You just keep walking. This ain't for you. You ain't the guy, pal.
Oh man.
so
So
I think we start with Matt to have our emotional experiences.
I'm trying to figure out.
I mean, I could go first because I do have one in mind.
I've got one in mind. I just can't pick which one of the ravens I want to go for.
Yeah,
so you go
I think
first.
Goblin is going to do a romance towards Ben.
Oh,
Aw.
Goblin's gonna give you a blue. It's a blue bottle cap, and he's just like, "Oh, check this out! Found this cool bottle cap. That's yours. It's cool. It's a cool gift. Caw, caw." So that's the romance. You cawed.
yep.
And I have to determine if that caw was affirming or mocking. If it was affirming, the bird who was courted gains maturity. If it was mocking, I gain maturity. Honestly, that kind of sounded affirming.
It did, yeah.
But that would put you out because that's 2, right?
No, because I would have 2 maturity, and it's not my highest stat.
Oh, okay, cool. So yeah, I think that was affirming. So I think you get a maturity.
I am also going to do a romance, and I look over at Joey the bird, and I find a small piece of like popcorn or something, just like a really tiny one, and I nudge it over to you so it looks gigantic in your beak. So I think that was affirming. So you gain maturity, or I gain maturity?
I do.
If it was affirming, the person you courted gains maturity.
Okay.
Oh, I could have just done that. That's fine. No one needs to know how I'm taking notes on my own paper. Sorry.
The fans need to know.
All right, I need to rant, and I'm going to rant at Goblin
All right.
because at this point we've both attacked our hates.
Yes.
And the thing is, these pigeons, none of them can think for themselves. They all think that this is the way it goes because this is the way it has been. Nobody comes up with the new process. Nobody comes up with anything effective. It's just the same old, same old. If we can break them out of their shells, then we've got this. This is what happens. This is supposed to be a discussion, and I have no idea how to make it a discussion.
Yeah. Those pigeons, man, they suck. And we fucked them up. They're gone. They ain't coming back.
Do you think we actually broke them out of their mold? Do you think any of them will be able to think for themselves and find their own food? Or are they just going to continue to follow?
Oh, God, no.
Is there any point in trying to break the mindset?
Goblin takes a bite out of some half-eaten blueberry muffin and then looks up at Ben with like muffin coming out of his beak, and then like tilts his head back and like swallows it and like looks back down. What are you getting out of Goblin?
I'm getting that we had a deep discussion. I'm getting that there was a lesson learned.
Uh-huh.
I don't think I know the lesson. I think that makes it more important. I feel like we've learned something here.
So this was a rant.
Yep.
So yeah.
I think
So
I've learned a lesson.
You learned a lesson? Okay. So we each gain maturity.
We each gain maturity.
Oh, we did that wrong in our last one. Did we learn a lesson?
For romance, I don't think you have to.
Oh.
No, the last
the
round.
last rant you did where we're
Yeah.
like fire, fire, fire. We all agreed we didn't learn a lesson from
Okay,
that.
cool. Okay, so that just cleared
You also preempted the discussion by cawing because you were so frustrated.
That's true. That's true.
But it cleared your emotional condition.
That's fair.
Since no one else has, and now I have a crush because I was given a large popcorn, I'm going to rave at them about how delicious and the popcorn is. And I am like, oh my God, have you had the popcorn yet? It is so sweet that you gave me this one, but it is so delicious. Have you ever had one? You should eat part of the popcorn. It is my beak is very big. Look at it.
Cow.
So this is a rave,
Wait,
right?
is that
Yeah.
a rave or a romance?
A rave.
Okay.
So rave is you're doing this at the table.
I am. I
Okay.
mostly, but then I like look at you all and I'm like, You guys, have you had the popcorn? It is so delicious. Eat the popcorn. Eat the popcorn.
Goblin loves popcorn.
Yay. So that is...
A new power.
I can pick a new power. So I am going to pick... Mimicry.
Which you get to use once in the next round of mischief and destruction.
Yep. And it says that I can perfectly recreate sounds in your environment, even human speech.
Nice.
That is all of us having experienced emotion at this point. Mm-hmm. Does anyone have an idea of what they want to...
Well, it would be Chauncey's turn.
Absolutely. So our favorite park that we go to hang out with has been inundated this weekend. Let's call it like a Saturday afternoon with a child's birthday. And they are dropping a lot of food and stuff, but they're chasing us around. They're climbing in our trees. They're on our playground equipment. And I am just not having it because all of the grown-ups are drinking LaCroix, or at least something in a can. And I am infuriated. And I want these people out of our park.
An obstacle in the way is that it's an emotional obstacle. They are a weird family who really likes the creepy ravens and tries to feed us.
Goth kids. So
we cannot get rid of them through our normal shenanigans.
Oh my God, it's like a goth millennial couple.
I was just thinking it was like if me, you, and Libby threw a party.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Libby's
Goth
a good friend of
couples.
ours. Yeah.
Yeah, goth millennial couples.
Another obstacle.
I'm just now picturing the kid as Pubert from the Addams Family.
Pubert?
Do you mean Pugsley?
No, Pubert.
Who the fuck is Pubert?
Pubert's the little baby from Addams Family Values.
Oh, you're right.
The one with Gomez's mustache when he's born.
Yeah, you're right.
I
I
have no
forgot about
memory of that.
Pubert. I think I blocked that name out because it's terrible.
It's an awful name.
It's amazing.
The creepy goth family likes the ravens and keeps trying to
Feed us, pet us, give us shiny objects.
Okay, here's a question. Who all is romanced who? Because I've romanced Ben.
I romance Joey the bird.
I've
and then-
romanced Chauncey.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're just going in a circle.
I was like, it's a love triangle. It's not. It's a love quadrilateral.
Well, and the popcorn was very well received. So
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, I tried to romance Chauncey and I got mocked for it. So.
Yeah.
Also, I looked it up. Also, I looked it up, and Emily Dickinson was 19th century.
Nice.
So there's egg on my face.
I can edit out, make it look smart.
I honestly thought she was 18th century. So.
I've got no idea. I don't read poetry. I think Goblin is feeling a little bit like left out, and therefore is just kind of being a little sulky. So that is the current emotional problem for this thing. Like, yeah, there's a birthday party to mess up, and there's a cool goth family that we're probably gonna eat all their cake, but like, Goblin's just like kicking stones. Mm-hmm. Just having a bad day, being a little gerblin.
Aw.
I don't know if this is going to be an obstacle or not. It's an obstacle to clearing the park. It might not be an obstacle for the goth millennial couple.
Oh no.
I love them.
There's a kid's soccer game going on the other half of the park.
We've already determined that we hate sports.
No, we just hate lawns.
That's true.
The sports are fine.
That's true.
It's the lawn that it's played on.
Okay. Does someone want to go first?
Oh, I think if we're going in order, I think you start by saying how we try to do the obstacle first, right? Because you set how we try to do the goal.
Well, we have to clear the obstacles first, I think.
Okay, so I will. I will
So
go.
the goal is to empty our park.
Yeah.
To get the goth millennial birthday party out of our park.
Okay.
So I am going to use my one-time skill of mimicry to go kind of far away and get the child lost. And so family has to leave and find him. So does the child have a name, person who set this goal?
No, is that
You're the one who set the obstacle of the
That's
goth millennial
true.
couple.
Yeah, so
okay.
you can't use that one. So you have to.
Oh,
either
you're
do,
right.
Yeah, so
You're
you
right.
have to
And
either
we also
do-
the thing in our the thing we're trying to do is clear the park, and we can't do that until we've
Cleared the obstacles.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So so you can either do the soccer game on the other side or get Gerblin on board.
Goblin, what's wrong?
stuff.
Like what?
Well, you have to roll, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, yes, I just had a, oh, yeah. So, you know what might make you feel better? Getting this family the heck out of here so we can have our park back. Ooh, that is a 6.
Oh,
So that is a fail.
Goblin's just kind of looking at them like, they're just there, I guess.
On the other hand, your recording was affirmed. So.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. And then I get
No,
another
Goblin's
one.
just being shitty because he's a teenager.
Oh, yeah. And then I go again, right? At some
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily say what order you have to go in.
That's
I don't think it
fair.
super matters. If you feel that you want to try again right away, then I say go for it.
I don't. So now I have. Oh, I haven't failed 2 rolls yet. Okay.
Yep, you just failed the one.
So
Yeah.
I think Goblin goes next because we're rotating around the table.
Yeah.
I know Goblin's not being helpful. And I think I'm going to maintain that vibe. Goblin is going to go into the soccer game and just start ripping up the grass in the middle of the field.
Oh, so you're joining half the kids that are playing.
Yeah. So that would be breaking things. That's feelings. I've rolled a 4.
Great.
So I'm just rolling so low today, and that's great. Yeah, so Goblin just like feeling dejected at basically no one, hops into the field, starts tearing up the grass. The people playing soccer have to like play around a very large bird.
A very small bird.
Goblin cries.
There's a kid that's like, look at that tiny ass bird out on the field.
He's like, oh. So he's ripping up the grass, feeling bad for himself. And because the soccer game is a like very small kid soccer game, they're like first graders or something. They're like, this bird is way too big, and they're staying away from him. So the soccer game is basically ruined because there is a too large bird on the field.
Yep. The number, like, it's one of those things. Like, they're a bunch of kids. You're about half their size. And
Kind of small for a raven, though.
yeah. But all the same, those kids would like run up and like, hey, we got to do this, and you just turn and stare or caw in alternating / randomized patterns.
And throwing grass everywhere.
And yeah, you have completely ruined the midfield. This is done.
Chauncey, since this goth couple is not afraid of ravens and thinks they're cool, they are going to go up and like land on the shoulder of like one of the parents who is drinking a LaCroix or something in a can. And they are going to start pecking at the can, and then they are going to go around and start pecking all of the cans with the hope to like explode them and spin, so that they like when you shotgun a beer and it like goes all cattywampus and sprays everything and like ruins this child's birthday party. That's what I want to do.
Excellent.
Breaking things. So I'm rolling feelings. That's a 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're rolling so hot.
Fuck you, Clyde.
Is that the name of the goth
I
dad?
guess.
Well, there goes You're the one who had the goth birthday party.
Yeah. Wait.
You're the one who made them a goth couple.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, because they like
Right.
the Ravens.
Yeah. So it's my. Oh, right. So I pick how they respond to that. Okay.
Yeah.
I got confused. All right. So, they are also a young couple, just out of college. One of them starting grad school in the fall, so they're still very much in their party phase. So they and their adult friends all go, yeah, and they all poke holes in their drinks and shotgun them.
So this kid's birthday party has turned into a rager.
It has.
So now you're saying that they're drunk? Is that what it is?
No, they like you and they are nonplussed by your action because they have
they
simply.
should be plussed because I succeeded.
Oh, you're right. So I will say then they pick up a drunk condition. Not that that's a thing, but
okay.
yeah.
They're drunk on LaCroix. You might have three Lego Death Stars, but can you
Chauncey
can you
thinks that
shotgun?
anything in a can is LaCroix.
Yeah. What's the line? Can you drink a whole sparkling water without burping?
Oh God. Yeah, so they start shotgunning like beers, and there are some actual LaCroix there, and then they start vomiting because they shotgunned a carbonated
and
beverage.
running their heads into the
pavilion.
The pavilion, the tree branches.
Yeah.
the garage doors that are half closed.
Yeah.
Yep.
So basically, all the adults at this child's birthday are incapacitated, and there's just a bunch of like children there
So
without adult supervision.
Okay, so the soccer game is ruined. Mm-hmm. The goth parents are drunk. There are still children ruining our park.
Yep.
And Goblin is not interested.
Oh, yeah, we still
in
gotta get
actually
Goblin.
And Goblin
Goblin
is
helped
only,
by accident.
Yeah, Goblin's only barely helping.
So here's what's gonna happen.
And you can of course finish it without getting Goblin back on your side.
Well,
It
you're the
does-
one. It's
Yeah.
Manny's choice.
Yeah.
You decide if we get there or if it just the goal sucks now.
Yeah.
So, but my point right here, I got to make sure Goblin's in on this. This is something I got to make sure this is going on. And the kids' soccer game, while ruined, there's that one shouty parent who's always shouting about like, put the kid in, come on, ref, you're blind. There's obviously a foul, yada yada. And now they're screaming at their kid, come on, you're bigger than the bird. It's tiny. Get rid of it. And I'm not going to take that about my buddy Goblin. And so I'm going to dive bomb the parent in solidarity for you. So I'm rolling feelings for attacking an enemy.
Okay.
And I got a 2.
Goblin looks up with a mouthful of grass and sees this parent who was just yelling about how small Goblin was suddenly fall off of their camping folding chair with table armrest set and being dive bombed by my bud and just like falling into a mess of angry, upset parent, and Goblin thinks this is the funniest shit he's ever seen. So Goblin's bouncing around in midfield, screaming about how much fun this is now, how much fun we're having now. Goblin's back in on the hijinks.
Heck yes.
Hey, hi, small fry.
The podcat has arrived.
Podcat.
Great. And so the next thing Joey the bird does is realize with a start that there are people in the soccer game in baseball caps. And so is going to use feelings to be a nuisance and try to knock a bunch of baseball caps off. Ooh, that is a 5.
It's your second failure.
That is my second failure. So now I
Doesn't
am.
have to be, but this is a different round, right?
Nope. This is
No.
the same. This is the same round of mischief and destruction.
Yeah, because you failed to get Goblin on your side, and now
that's
you
right.
failed to.
So now I am filled with anger at the baseball caps. I am blind with rage. I am just trying to run into people and missing. I'm still a little pepper sprayed from before. I can't.
From like a week ago.
Weeks, plural.
You got it on your wings. That stuff never comes out.
It's okay, small fry. I'm not really a bird.
So you're filled with rage, anger.
Yeah.
Awesome. And then you
get
Your
minus
feelings
one
goes
youth and plus one feelings.
yeah.
So +1 feelings.
Yeah, so your feelings go up to 5 and youth goes down to 3.
Oh no. Okay.
If your maturity becomes your highest stat.
Yeah, I gotta get my youth back up next time.
I have a really fun idea, but I can't.
I had a fun idea too, but it was my obstacle.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like I have the goal, so
You can, because you have the goal, you can make the roll and decide if it worked or not. Honestly, this I think is the right moment. Is you make the final roll, and if you fail, this sucks.
okay, yeah. So I think what I want to do is as a raven, I want to go and find a bunch of like
You can come on.
Cassandra, close your ears.
No, absolutely not.
I want to find a lot of small vermin.
Murder them all.
And like collect them in my beak and then just drop them in front of the children. Some of them will be like various states of like eaten.
Oh God.
And just like with the intention to scare the kids and get their drunk parents out of my goddamn park. Would you all say is this attacking or no? Feelings, being a nuisance. Here we go. Oh God, that's a 6. I think the kids start playing with all of them.
Oh God.
And the parents are too drunk to notice. So
Well, no, that's what it is the few parents who were drinking LaCroix and are just finally coming back up to it, because some of them are actually drunk, the ones who weren't. They're like, oh, check it out, they're learning taxidermy already.
Oh God, I hate it. So this sucks.
Goth parents suck, man.
Goth parents suck. So this sucks. That's over. I'm gonna fly away and shit on my way out. Just shit on the birthday kid.
So we're just done.
Yeah.
God was like, oh, we're leaving now? Cool.
So what are we doing?
You just get there and we're all like, we're done with this.
Yeah, makes sense. Bye.
So what's the how are we experiencing emotion with this? Are we bathing, eating trash, anting, or watching something burn?
I think bathing. Chauncey just has such a bad taste in their mouth that
From picking up all the rodents.
picking up all the rodents, that they're just going to one of the other parks and just like, I have to get the stink of children off of the stink of children in LaCroix off of my feathers.
One of the less good parks.
Yeah, one of the less good parks. Yeah.
And so I am going, since you're not feeling good, I'm going to try to romance Chauncey back. And I'm like, Chauncey, it's not. I didn't mean to say it that creepy.
Yes, you absolutely
Call!
Well, that is a maturity for me. Lesson learned. That's not how you seduce birds.
A cool stunt. Chauncey.
I think I'm gonna turn to Ben and rant and be like, can you believe those fucking parents just letting their kids play with like rats and shit that just fall out of the sky? Like, that's not normal, right?
Well, it's not normal, but since when is normal a good thing?
When it's messing up my favorite park on the day of my daughter's quinceañera. We booked the park first.
We did book the park first.
And they come in and let their little crotch goblins run around my park.
No offense, Goblin.
Playing with my rats. And they bring those fucking LaCroix into my park.
Listen, we can if we look at the LaCroix and we let those sit. That was a birthday party. You gave the kids a gift.
I don't want to give them a gift. I want them to leave.
Then why'd you give them rats?
I thought it would scare them.
I mean, that's a valid point. I think we were working on opposite sides of the park here.
Yeah, you were at the soccer field. I was over here trying to get these people out so we could, just enjoy a chill day at the park.
Here's a question.
What?
Were they climbing the trees at all?
They were climbing the trees.
Ah, so that's why we need to get them out, right? Right. It was trying to figure out how to say this one. My brain is dead, but it's not a frustrated dead.
Scatbird Ben.
The thing is, it's a park. It's supposed to be a public place. Yeah, we have our space. What's wrong with letting other people experience the joy?
And Chauncey just like fumes, but like does like concede that you have a point. And if he had thumbs, he would light a cigarette at this point.
Just like stole a cigarette from some random passerby.
Yeah, he goes and like there's a guy smoking on a park bench and he just swoops down and steals the cigarette and goes back up in the tree and is like smoking the cigarette.
Okay, I have a story to bring up about that later.
So I think we learned a lesson. We both gained 1 maturity.
That's valid. So here's what I'm going to do. You know what? I'm going to try and romance Joey the bird.
Oh no.
Joey the bird.
We're at a fountain. This is straight up a watch me. There's 3 tiers to this fountain, and I'm going to splash, barrel roll in the one, hop up, barrel roll, hop up to the top tier, do a quick barrel roll, flash the full wings, and then just belly flop into the final basin. Cool stunt time.
Caw?
I was hoping you were actually gonna like that.
I am almost mature now. I'm harder to impress.
Oh, that's
fair.
That's fair.
That's very fair. Problem is, I just grew up.
Wait, did you grew up?
Yeah.
Better you than me.
Like I keep going with the rest of the unkindness until someone else grows
someone else
up with
grows up.
me.
Well, I think Goblin's gonna do a rant. Who wants to hear him rant about lawns?
I'll hear a rant.
What?
All of us want to hear the rant.
Yeah.
Which one of us is going to discuss lawns?
Okay, here I'll go with Joey the bird then.
Great.
So Goblin pops up out of the water behind you as soon as as soon as Ben's done.
Goes into the water, a child comes out, man.
Ben splash, pops out of the water, hops up on the side, and is just like, I guess I'm over this now. And then from behind Joey the bird, Goblin slowly rises out of the water and then goes, why do they plant grass if they're never going to let grass grow?
Yeah, it's fucking stupid.
They just let it get to the point where it's almost about to have seeds and then they cut it down again.
Yeah, it's dumb.
So it can never die. It can never grow. It can never have little grass children. I think that's how that works. And it just...
I don't know another way it would work.
It's in a perpetual state of undeath. It's so American.
It is. It's really stupid. They should plant a bunch of trees instead and let us like nest in them.
Just let the grass grow. Make it be big and full of seeds. We can eat those.
We can, but then wouldn't that have the same effect if the grass still wouldn't grow?
No, because it'll die, and then the seeds will come out, and then it'll grow new grass. This is the same grass all the time.
Right. I don't think that's how botany works.
Oh, I'm very confident that's how botany works.
I'm less confident. So
I've sitting on some horticulture lectures over at the college. They have some of them outside. It's great.
That is nice. I like to go to they have a bird class, and I think it's funny how wrong they are about ornithology.
You think they would know that kind of thing, but I guess humans are dumb.
They're real dumb. They don't know shit about birds. Have we learned a lesson?
I'm not certain. Maybe. I feel that like
Humans are dumb. That's a lesson.
humans are dumb.
Or you
That's-
become so frustrated you have to caw because I'm just agreeing with you and you wanted us to learn something.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I'm mature and the game ends.
Any of y'all have anything you need to plug?
I actually have something I want to plug. There's this crazy good podcast I've been hearing all about lately. It's called Lesser Evil.
Oh, I was going to plug that too.
I heard it's really good.
I heard
Thank
it's
you.
okay.
No, I'll let the people who actually are in it do the plug.
Yeah, Lesser Evil is a D&D live action play podcast set in a 90s based world where the Dark Lord won and now reigns supreme over the fantasy world. There are iPhones and stuff. It's a lot of fun. I don't know. I'm the GM.
I've listened to a couple episodes. I've really enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I write tarot and witchcraft books. You can probably just Google Cassandra Snow. You'll find Queering the Tarot, Queering Your Craft, as well as my most recent Lessons from the Empress. So buy those wherever you buy books because that helps me eat and stuff. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you for listening to Table It. You can find us at micro_RPGs on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Or you can email us at microrpgs@gmail.com. We also have a Discord. You can join our Patreon if you want to support us financially. Rate and review us wherever you listen to podcasts. And most importantly, tell a friend about us. Our theme is Chill Vibra Jazz Theme by Danny Dory. And we'll see you all next time.
Call.